Hey everyone, it's Troy from Rooted to Growth. My name is Rooted for Growth podcast. Rooted for Growth. All right. Let's get going. Hey everyone, it's Troy with Rooted for Growth podcast. Welcome to this new format that I'm trying out in video form. So hopefully you are okay with seeing me. If you're not, I still am going to offer this available for audio only through Spotify and the other places where you can get your podcast. But I wanted to do video form because I wanted to be able to talk directly with you instead of just talking in your ears or whatever. But yeah, welcome for the first episode of Rooted for Growth podcast, video form. Today's episode is about the stream. Have you ever been dehydrated or like really needed something to drink, like lips all cracked and just feeling really thirsty? It reminds me of the days when I was in high school. I used to be in the marching band. And in the summer, like we're in right now, we would go to our band camp for a week at a time, sometimes 2 weeks at a time. It just depends. We would go for several weeks there at the school itself, and then we would go off to a certain location for a week and do some more intense practices there. But there was always a giant container of Gatorade that was there on the sidelines, so that every break people can go over and get some Gatorade. Parents would set up these big tables full of Gatorade. I was always partial to the orange. I know, might be in the minority there of dealing with orange. I also kind of like the lemon lime. Don't hate me, but I kind of like the lemon lime as well. But yeah, it makes me think, if I'm really thirsty, it makes me think about those tables of Gatorade there that's waiting for you to just come and grab a cup and just down real fast. There's also this time I think about of water running dry and the stream. I live close by to a river called the Caney Fork River. And if you've ever gone through from Middle Tennessee to East Tennessee, you're going to cross the Caney Fork River, I don't know, about 1.3 million times, because it just zigzags back and forth all across the interstate. And there's big signs where you can canoe the Caney Fork River. And I remember one time, me and Aaron's uncle and a couple friends went to kayak down the Caney Fork River. And you would start where the dam is. So you come in there where the dam is when the river is kind of low and just kind of flowing. And you get in, you start going down the river, and then you don't ever want to be there when they're generating, because that means water's coming out of that dam there and it's just flushing down the river, and the river can rise really fast. So you're usually riding it when it's coming off of generation. And things are at their lower point. And I remember we started going, and we're going down this river, and it's not super deep anyways. There's certain parts of it that might get, 5-10 feet deep from where we were going at. And you're coming down this river, and there's all these sandbars that's coming out. And so if you're not careful, you just run up aground onto one of these sandbars, and then you got to get out, and you got to drag your kayak over it and get back in. And it just reminds you of like how low the water is and how the stream is running dry. Luckily, as a believer, we never have to worry about our stream running dry. Our stream is always full. It's always flowing. And the important thing is it's always there when we need it. The stream doesn't move. It's there. If you need the stream today, it's there. Jesus said in John 7:37, "If any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink." And I think about those tables of Gatorade. Like, Jesus is just there waiting to give you a drink. All you have to do is come. The invitation is not to fix yourself. It's not to deal with your dehydration on your own. It's to come to Him and let Him deal with that. Let Him fill you up. Let Him rehydrate you. A dry season isn't a sign that God left. Like I said, that stream is always there. Usually what it means is that you have moved away, or you have shifted your focus away from the stream instead of where the stream of living water flows. So that dry season is usually drawing you back to where he wants you. Sometimes we forget that. Sometimes we forget that that stream is there and it's available for us while we're focused on all these other things. Do you ever get sidetracked with what you're doing? I get sidetracked several times a day, usually. There's this one time I remember I needed a cup of coffee, and I was like, I need to go get a cup of coffee. And I would go into the kitchen and pour myself a cup of coffee. And while I was out there, I'd think, oh, that's right, I left something in the dryer. I need to go down to the dryer. And I would change the laundry out in the dryer, take the things in the dryer up to the bedroom to start sorting those out and folding those, putting those away. By the time I get done with that, I'm like, oh, I have a cup of coffee. So I'd go out to the kitchen, get the cup of coffee, which is now cold, put it in the microwave, start the microwave. While the microwave's going, start scrolling on my phone and remember, oh, that's right, I needed to send that email. So I'll come back here to my office, pull up my email, send my email, get in the middle of another project and think, man, I'm thirsty. Oh, that's right, I've got a cup of coffee in the microwave. Go back out to the microwave, start it up again. And then I remembered something else. And my dog needed to go outside, had to go outside with the dog, came back in, started working on something else. And I remember later on that day, like it was into the evening almost, I went to look in my kitchen and I saw something in the microwave. And I thought, what is this? I opened it up and there's the cup of coffee that I never drank. Has it ever happened to you? Do you ever get sidetracked on things? I feel like that's how life is sometimes, that things just pull us away. You have all of these distractions. You know, I'm going to get a cup of coffee. I'm going to go pour a cup of coffee and I'm going to drink it. But then all these other distractions got in my way to pull my focus somewhere else. I feel like that's what happens with us and God sometimes, is that every day, we're bombarded as soon as we wake up of all these different things that's going on, and God's still there. He's still, to use the phrase, he's still waiting there in the microwave for us to grab him. He's there. He's waiting for us. But we have shifted our focus onto something else. Do you feel like you're too loaded up with things? Do you have a problem saying yes or saying no as things come your way? Do you want to always be pleasing other people around you, or friends or family or whatever that is, and you don't want to say no because they might think that you're being mean, or that you don't value their time with them or their relationship or whatever, or maybe even you're afraid that if you say no to something that maybe they won't ask you again. I'm sure that you've all heard this before, but when you say yes to something, you're saying no to yourself in something else. We all have the same amount of time every single day. It's all numbered. And so when we're saying yes to all of these different things that takes us away from ourselves, from our other relationships, it puts a hindrance on us. So, and I'm saying this to myself, because how often when you wake up, the first thing you do is you grab your phone. I know I do. That's the first thing I do. I grab my phone. Did I miss anything from overnight? I mean, usually I can back this up with some sort of a really good excuse. Well, I got to make sure that my daughter's okay. Or I need to make sure that Michelle didn't text me in the middle of the night and something's going on. I need to make sure there's not some emergency out there that I need to be involved in somehow. That all of my people are safe, that everything is good. Those are very valiant things to need to look at your phone for. How long does it take you to really check that, though? Maybe a minute, 2 minutes most, just to make sure the world is okay as far as your little world goes. Then what do? Well, I know for me, I end up scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and next thing you know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes has gone by. I haven't even started my day yet. How much more valuable would our time be with Jesus if every morning, instead of grabbing our phone, we grab our Bible? If we've got time to spend 15 to 30 minutes scrolling on our phone first thing in the day, and then we get rushed because oh no, now we're behind because we've been scrolling on our phone, how much more valuable would it have been if we would have spent 15 minutes reading God's Word and in prayer before starting the day out? I'm preaching to myself on this because I fall into this trap daily. So, as a reminder, let's come to the stream. Let's come to the stream first thing in the morning and let Him fill us so that our day is there, right on the banks, right on the shore with Him. John 4:14 says, "The water that I shall give shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life." If we start off our day in that stream, we will have that well of water all day long. Psalm 23:2 says, "He leadeth me beside the still waters." And in Isaiah 58:11, it says, "You'll be like a watered garden." Man, what a phrase, a watered garden. Now, a little side note here. I'm not a good gardener. I want to be. Man, I really want to be. And about every year, I think I could be. But life gets in the way, and I end up not watering the garden properly. I don't guard it the way that I need to guard it, so it ends up becoming a salad bar for the deer as they come through my yard. And then I get frustrated and I leave it. And right now, I've got this really nice garden set up in my yard with railroad ties. It's a really wonderful, wonderful space that's just overgrown with grass and weeds because I haven't been watering it and tending to it the way that I need to. But there in Isaiah 58:11, coming to Jesus and coming to that stream on a regular basis, it says, "You'll be like a watered garden." Man, there's nothing better. Nothing better in my mind of thinking about that. You don't have to hustle for healing. Hustle's a big word right now. You got to hustle. You got to, in every spare moment of your time, you got to put something there that you're always moving forward. You're always doing something. You're always achieving. You don't got to do that to heal. You just have to sit by the stream. Let that living water come over you and heal you. You just have to stop long enough to be healed. So, as I kind of wrap up today, let me bring a couple of notes to you that maybe will help. So let's be really honest. What are you really drinking from? Are you drinking from this stream of life? Or are you drinking from this stream of the world? Is the world getting in your way from being with God on a regular basis? Where are you looking for renewal that doesn't satisfy? For me, it's my phone. I'm just going to be honest. That's where I look for renewal, because when I get that moment where I'm just either overwhelmed with life or I have a free moment or whatever, I mean, it's like automatic. I pull my phone out and start scrolling. Where are you looking for renewal that doesn't satisfy? What would it look like to stop and let God pour back into you? Just to stop, to set aside some time where I'm like, Lord, I'm not going to look at my phone. I'm going to put it on silent. I'm going to put it in the other room. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to read your word. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to pray and I'm going to meditate. And I just want you to fill me with what you have for me today. Man, what a way to start the day. And is rest something that you receive? Or is it something you keep trying to earn? Do you keep saying, man, I got to schedule some time for a break, or man, I'm looking forward to that vacation, or man, I'm looking forward to that day off that I'm going to have? Are you constantly chasing after rest? Because the Lord can provide rest on a daily basis. It's just spending time with Him, resting in His arms, first thing, or last thing, or whatever time of day that it fits you to be resting with Him. So my encouragement to you this week is take a break with God. I realize not everybody has time in the mornings to be able to do that. Maybe you've got time at your lunch break. Maybe it's just the 15 minutes that you can just get away just for a minute. Maybe it's that 5 minutes you can sit in your car before you walk into the office and just close your eyes and say, Lord, I need you today. Lord, fill me with your living water. Refresh me from the inside, Lord. What a wonderful way to start the day with some refreshment from God. So my challenge to you this week is try to find that time in your day, whether it's in the morning, middle of the day, a break throughout the day, first thing when you get home before, fixing dinner or going for a workout or talking with your spouse or whatever. Better yet, make it time with your spouse. That would be wonderful for you two to pray together and just spend that time together. Whatever it is, I challenge you to find that time with God this week and let that stream of living water fill you and refresh you. Thanks for tuning in today. If you want more information, follow me at Whitman Collective on Instagram, or you can go to whitmancollective.com. Remember, I also have that PDF that's available. I made that for Father's Day, but I'm still leaving it up for a few more weeks. That's at whitmancollective.com/sign up. Hope to hear from you. Please drop a comment down below. Would really like to hear if you like the video format or not. And then just be good this week. Be intentional about time with the Lord. I pray that this has helped you, and I pray that this week goes really well for you. I look forward to seeing you again. Have a great week.